point, that's the problem. When it comes to playing, you know, in a pitched battle, 6v6, the Mayhem lack durability, but they've been able to pick off Super. They're playing from a lot of different angles here, and they've got rid of the Reinhardt from the shot.
I mean, you're running 5 DPS and Chris on the Mercy here for the Mayhem. And it's worked a little bit this far, but you just don't know what, you don't really have the sustain to get on the point. Like, the May is quite nice, right? You know, May has not a large HP pool, but she's pretty tanky in general.
Well,
we'll have attack visor here from Saya player.
That Winston bubble's broken.
When do you get control of it looks like maybe the attack visor is the key.
Winston bubble breaks, and then Saya player cleans up with a few kills. Now the Florida Mayhem can step onto the point, but they've lost 40%. And now let's see what they can do. It's going to be a wall. That's going to be pretty problematic for Super and Co. Zygarde's able to break through, though, but doesn't matter. Super won't be kept alive, even with the Transcendence in play. Faye will be jumped on, though, and that's what the Shock need to do. Strengthen numbers and use that speed. The MP up in the air, though, and Choikoven is caught by it. It don't matter, though. Zephyr is still going to be taken down by Violet, and Saya player needs to resort to the tactical visor, but there's a Brigitte shield in his way. A Tracer also recalling away. Choikoven being removed. Violet will wait behind that pillar, and the Shock are back in control here, but his targets have become a lot tankier in the last minute or so. Primal Rage here for Super. This could be an issue for Florida. Big time. They've gone for the nano boost here. But a Transcendence from Violet definitely helps the Shock as Super just keeps swinging his fists over on the point. 99% now. The Mayhem need to retake. Yeah, they've done so, but they're down on players. The Shock are now going to come back in and collapse. Super stunned briefly. Bionic Grenade is going to make that healing impossible, but it's a trade again. BQB's down. Saya play is missing. And despite the Mayhem taking the point back, they only did it for a brief moment. They were behind in the fight. And that's why you see this here. It'll be the San Francisco Shock now as we head into overtime. The Wrecking Ball from BQB.
Fate with the Shatter, he connects with one. When he gets to the point, though, to finish anything up, he can't.
Fate charging away, was probably hoping to connect with that one, and that's a big problem. The Florida Mayhem need their Reinhardt in position, but he's only just joined them, and there's not enough time to touch the point. All right, Florida Mayhem made every team in the league very jealous for a brief time.
And then also we do see damage dealers here. The fight kind of goes over towards this mega health pack. The Shock have the advantage early on.
Sinatra trying to get charged here. He's been sat on 30 for most of the fight, but he's not really been looked at, so he's been free to do damage. And there it is, probably one of the biggest impacts I've seen from a low charge Zaya. Just jumping up and down. Could be a grab coming out from the Florida Mayhem first here, but now is the counter grab from the San Francisco Shock. Looks a little bit better, especially with Choikoven's bomb in the middle of it. That's two! Chris had faded down. The placement was good, the execution, but for the Shock, as good as it looked, it's just another day at the office. 87% to 0 and counting.
For the Shock, you just wait all of that out. Fate's using Primal Rage, you just back out. You can have for the Mayhem. Fate gets on it with Chris. They use Sound Barrier.
Oh no, Fate! Okay, he had the jump just in the nick of time, but they lost Chris. And that's just the first of their concerns. Zephyr doesn't last much longer, and now a Sound Barrier for the Shock just to make sure there's an insurance policy. BQB drops in, attempted pile driver, but not nearly enough damage. Way too much health and overshield on his opponents, and the San Francisco Shock, they be straight chilling. That will be it. Maybe, yeah, no, that'll do it. Pretty cut and dry from the San Francisco Shock, and all of no one surprised to see that so far. The Florida Mayhem, they try something a little bit different on that first round. They go for 5 DPS. I do love to see it for Pharah, Sombra, Widow comps on this map. They just go for the old faithful. Early damage trades look pretty good for the Shock so far. Super needs to be a little bit careful though. With shield is low. Fate is still taken down though. Oh god. Zephyr's so low as well. He's got to get out. Break it down, Matt.
Like, you just can't give it up like that quick. Like, what? That's the last time we saw them get counter dove on Nepal, right? That was kind of like an easy readable play, and they ended up dying there first.
Super gets a bubble there. Fate got discorded for just a moment. He got, as you see it, the discord's back on him after he got bubbled here. So Fate has no room to breathe. Super also struggling for the same reason. There it is, Transcendence. So Zephyr gets desuited now. Graviton attempt here for the Florida Mayhem. Shock go for one as well. It's just Fate caught up in it, but that's enough. Choikoven was able to find a self-destruct kill off camera. Oh, that's so brutal. Well, Florida, you knew what you were walking into, really, didn't you?
We just went to break.
Yeah.
And now, unfortunately, we're going to go to another one. And man, playing main tank, you know, did he? So yeah, that side play gets an early pick up there on the Rascal. We see what happened here from BQB's perspective.
Yeah, we'll get. Okay, I heard that guy in the crab. We'll get you there. Trust me, we'll get you there. That's what happened. You wanted to see that.
there. They're using the damage dealer comp. You know, they're having a Reinhardt on defense, so you kind of have an advantage here, per se. You get Hagapun back on the Ana, like which I said on Nepal, he was very effective. And you look like you're going to be able to take point A.
And look, the Shock, Matt, let's be honest, they play the Reinhardt in the 3-3. That is going to be susceptible to a DPS-based composition. Now, really, the Shock should have known this. Something tells me they thought they could have tried to play it and still get away with it. Just passed below the Shock's time bank of 6:28. Okay, Tentative steps onto the point right now, but they go straight from that nano boost. They want to pressure Super, but Immortality Field is immediately placed down, and the Shock disengage. Sireplay gets taken. How far forward was Sireplay?
He was all the way around. I believe he gets moved out of position there by Moth.
Moth is such a monster.
Moth knocked Sireplay back into the San Francisco.
Because the Shock are disengaged. No mistake. Here's the push again on towards Super. They really want to get some of this Reinhardt. Clever from BQB goes for the hackle in Immortality Field. Would be enough with Hagapun already getting taken down. Troy Coben, he's putting the team on his back in this fight. I mean, they're not very heavy in all fairness to him. Here's another Amp Matrix. This time it's going to be for the rest of the team. A Fire Strike here can kill 200 HP heroes. Oh, the EMP though. That was good timing. BQB brings it down, but wasn't able to catch Moth with it. Super though will be respawning. The rest of the Shock are playing pretty conservatively right now, but they are. Oh, really? Hagapun gets caught by Sinatra off on the left-hand side. The Mayhem was supposed to be capturing the point. I cannot believe it. Sam just looks at the guy and he melts. And now he has turned in for spare parts and Super is back. He doesn't even need to use a shatter here. Oh, you cannot lose your Zen like that.
Especially at Trance as well. That is tough.
Right, BQB is an EMP. It has to be a good one here. Lets it go. Catches 5 players, but Violet's still having it the Transcendence. No matter who BQB gets, he still seems to leave a support unhindered by that ultimate. Doesn't seem to matter though. The follow-up with the Graviton Surge was good. Sinatra down, Super now in the back corner. There is an Immortality Field though. Someone has to go over the top and deal with that one. No, it times out. The Florida Mayhem still having to push through. And they get the map done, but it's not pretty. They got a bit of time to work with, and it's going to have to be enough, Matt.
It's on to the point.
But it's sleeping right now. That could hurt things. Definitely doesn't really worry too much about their mortality field. Amp Matrix now for Rascal. What can be done? He was a little bit too slow to keep Super up, but Sireplay has fallen to Violet across the map. Fate now getting pressured down. Extra damage from Rascal. Zephyr takes to the skies, but Fate's been taken down by Sinatra here. What's Zephyr going to do now with that Hagapun? He gets nano boosted, but that's about it. EMP, it's not going to be enough from BQB. It comes a little bit too late, and there it is, the Mayhem. Run headfirst into the brick wall. That is the Shock.
We used to see Toothfist play all the time.
No! It's going to be a Hagapun. He's airborne. He gets bubbled. Sinatra's going to rocket punch back, but Moth in the chaos is taken down. No mercy now for the Shock. Both senses of the word. Chris, though, is traded out, and maybe the Shock just linger a little bit here. They have good positioning. They have plenty of space now to operate in. Violet looking for them frags. Firing. Oh gosh. Oh, this is not good, is it?
That's all you need, though. Just one pick off, and now you can get the Brigittas down. Now you lose your Zenyatta. A hack on your Diva player as well. As Zephyr will get the effect here. It's just all falling apart.
Oh, Faye, which way do you turn? Left or right? A trickle becomes a flood, and that's how the picks work. Fate's going to be forced away from the point now. Zephyr is dealt with by Super. Troy Hoban doesn't want to get lasered down, but that's not going to work. BQB, his bubble is taken down, but he's able to avoid getting knocked up by Sinatra. It's Troy Hoban, though, brought back to life, and it is the Mayhem brought to their knees. 2-0 already. The San Francisco Shock just looks solid.
Low ground, play point.
No tricks, no dishonesty. That's just what the Shock want. Byram, though, coming in off the bench. Puts one straight between Violet's eyes. No, Zenyatta, what do you do now after the Shock? Apparently you just accept the fight's over and try and get out there. Great opener from Byram. Very, very, very strong. Find too much now, a rally from Rascal. It's going to help the Shock weather a lot of this damage. Violet then goes for a later Transcendence. Sinatra. Yeah, it's time for the grab, and that looks like that'll get them over the line, and it'll get the job done. The Mayhem don't find anything with their grab, BQB. Looking sad.
Grab here used by Florida, Transcendence used by the Shock to keep everybody up.
Now, Super now going to push forward here. Shield's a little bit low though, and he still respects the Discord orb that was placed on him instantly by Byram. But the rest of his team are able to push forward. The rally from Rascal helping him actually. The Transcendence was definitely defensive, but the rally was offensive. The charge forward there from Super. They'll get that second checkpoint, 4 minutes and 3 seconds on the clock, and you can always predict what your teammate's going to do. That takes ages. That's what the Shock have, though. That and a team culture that's been built over such a long period of time. Fate, he tried, but that shield ended up looking more like a parasol, but he needs more than Mary Poppins to save him right now. Here comes a Graviton Surge. It's going to be sound barrier for the Florida Mayhem, but the Shock have 1-2, and they will not be stopped. Pushing forward here. Trichoven a little bit out of position, but there's the Shatter, and Sire player is knocked to the ground. Super will clean him up. Fate and Super go now for a mutual charge, and Zephyr trying to stay around on the payload, but BQB will be cut down. Chris has a Discord orb and won't last much longer either. The San Francisco Shock blaze through the map.
I mean, your intent is obviously not to lose it. It is still possible to hold. It's just way harder.
Well, that's one piece taken out. Byram with the switch over towards the Tracer. It's been said he has a decent hero pool on him. What did San Francisco Shock do without a Reinhardt here? They probably need to get back to the point first and foremost. You see a lot of them playing in those lower levels here. They need to at least have some sort of token of resistance. Byram able to recall back out here. Sinatra taken down by BQB, and Trichoven will just try and stall things out. Sire play though taken down by Violet here. Super returning on the Wrecking Ball, and with the Shock spawn proximity, they have a chance to actually test this properly.
I mean, Violet's still here, Rascal as well, Choyoven's still alive. Pulse Bomb goes.
Oh, they're piecing out for real. I mean, this is if they saw through this, it's a fantastic switch. Might not save them against EMP though. That's the problem. As good as the composition looks, it requires the use of abilities. And that's what EMP is going to take away from you. Super over the edge of the map there. He did take Zephyr with him at the very least, but there it is. The Mayhem get that point A. And fight. Is there going to be enough healing to keep this Reinhardt up here? Fate, Shatter, it's big. Trichoven and Sinatra both knocked to the ground, and although Mott did get a sound barrier, they still lose the Brig and the Rhine here. 2 minutes 50. And yeah, the Shock are in trouble now. Getting staggered. Trichoven will be struggling here.
And the shot touch. Super makes it to the point.
Oh, that is the second grab. That is unforgivable. I mean, yeah. Fate gets 2 though. Might still be salvageable here. Choyoven's gonna get desuited. Oh man. It is the real getaway playing them off. Trying to get across the payload, and Choyoven will be taken down.
And an EMP from BQB saves that.
Remarkable in and of itself. Shatter. Byram and Sire play approach knockdown. Super follows up immediately on the knockdowns and Yana with a fire strike to complete the kill. And Trichoven there, he probably fired off the self-destruct before he realized it wouldn't really be necessary to win that fight.
Florida don't really invest anything. You take a look at Super Shatter here. He just comes flying around the corner. So we see a lot of Reinhardt dude just trying to like force the Reinhardt into a position where you see players on the outside of the shield, but the Shock playing it fairly safe.
That EMP, another big one, but Violet still get the Transcendence. Can Super still be kept alive despite this? The answer is yes, but Sinatra is knocked down. Fate though, no chance to follow up. Sound barrier had to come maybe a second prior. He could have charged into that, and there it is. It's the big boy Shatter coming in from Super. Sinatra also hits that grab, and that fight is over. Byram as well. Having gone for that Transcendence, and later in the piece has lost that. Oh, I mean, he had to hit Transcendence straight into them. Then the Shock split themselves. Here's another EMP. Super Trichoven, Rascal all caught by that one. Sinatra has a grab though. Shatter here from Fate. He's trying to end this fight. Super had one of his own. He knocked Byram and Chris to the ground, and now the Graviton Surge is going to follow up here. Sinatra sitting in the back, just plugging damage in there. Fate still stays alive though, and even with the Immortality field, the Shock might not have enough durability to get them through to the other side. It's just Rascal on the payload. And the Mayhem once again looks like they can finish the map here, but not with much time. The Shock are trying to put him in overtime, but Violet will be pushed off. And that's the face of a team that knows they've still got a lot of work to do. Trichoven is going to use a lot of his defense matrix here. There are a lot of projectiles that are going to come raining in. That's nice by Fate. He actually got himself behind Trichoven, able to get onto Violet.
And they've consistently broken the Shock's defense. When the Shock come out with the Reinhardt, they're able to break it with the damage dealer. It is just the fights and scenarios where the Florida Mayhem are forced to play 3-3.
Get that shield up. He has that barrage here. Super, it's going to eat it straight away. 1-for-1 trade, though, is not what you're looking for with a barrage. You need more than that now. Well, these teams are both now down to 4 players. Fate, though, a lot of extra durability, but Byram being felled here. EMP from BQB has to salvage his situation, but Sinatra, he's very charged up. He's found BQB and now looking for his next victim. Fate a little bit low, and here's the sound barrier. It is where the Shock start to push them off. And Fate had no choice. He was low. soak up some damage for him. I think Faye really wanted to hit that charge, and now that he doesn't, they kind of put him in a bit of a compromising situation. Super steamrolls him. BQB forced to shield himself hastily. Yeah, Chief, that is not it. Wait right now, though. He gets healed up with a Transcendence. Look at the shock, they don't care. They're going to go for the grab now. The grab will last a little bit longer than the Transcendence, so the burst damage is going to be there. Payload just turns up looking stylish. And he's given that extra Transcendence healing. BQB, that is a late and very sad grab. The Florida Mayhem unable to do it. And the San Francisco Shock will secure that third map win. Sinatra with the grab that broke the camel's back. And now the Shock here just look to try and make a clean 4-0. Offense here. Super should be fine where he's standing. He's got Rascal in front. Yeah, there it is. Sire player extends deep to try and find that kill on Super. He gets taken down. Then Super gets healed up and hits Fate with a Fire Strike. I don't think BQB can do a whole lot here to save things. And Zephyr's very low. So the Mayhem, they try and fight early. Doesn't work out, but they should have one more chance. Chase too deep and get picked off by Choi. Rascal was also looking after him. Shatters everywhere, but it's going to be Chris and Sire player getting knocked down by it. Hagapun, yeah. Transcendence timing is admirable, but burst damage coming out from that self-destruct. You can't save your team with healing, and now that ultimate's been thrown in the bin. Fate to shatter the shield.
It's the speed of the game.
Yeah.
The game's way faster. Hagapun gets forced down from the high ground there by Choyobin. Comes in, knocked down. Violet picks that up. Hagapun has Transcendence. Don't have that for this fight. So this will just be free cart push here for the Shock.
Nice. Very good second stage. Sort of clamped down here for the Shock in this fight, and Florida Mayhem are going to get pushed all the way back. Go for a self-destruct to follow up the Earth Shatter there. He would have found some picks there as well. He goes for it later and he gets it anyway. The grab is what's comboed with the self-destruct. Throw a lot of those ultimates or try and use their offensive edge also.
Zephyr just gets out and gets defect here. Sinatra barely kept alive here.
The Transcendence,
yep, Transcendence in play. Moth with Sound Barrier as well, so you're going to be able to withstand the rally that comes down from Saya player.
That's a shatter, yeah. Saya player knocked down. BQB in trouble. Zephyr can't protect against this damage from Sinatra. Nothing he can do with the defense matrix. Sound Barrier on Mini Diva. Sounds good. In practice, though, not great.
That'll be the Shock completing the map with time in the bank.
For some damage, just need that EMP ready here. The Mayhem have already used the Transcendence, so they are going through ultimates. That EMP had to be online already, Matt.
What are you trying to do? Like, when you used your own Transcendence.
Rally also now there. Sinatra, well, Graf went in, didn't find much. The Shock now are out of ultimates. They're going to have to win the fight the old-fashioned way, but same can be said for the Florida Mayhem. Super is low, though. BQB is eventually able to burn him down with Rascal missing. Florida Mayhem have a one-player advantage going into the next stage of the fight. Sire playing out. Choyobin, has he done it again? He might have bailed them out. He's got rid of Chris, and now Zephyr going down to Sinatra. The Florida Mayhem are pushed off the payload. Just when it looked good for them, they open the fight. No ultimates for either team. They have a two-player advantage, and still, it is squandered. Still, Sinatra and Choyobin together are able to salvage the situation, and the San Francisco Shock are very good at Houdiniing their way out of those rough scenarios. This one here for me, Choyobin, I think I've given it to him once before. Different reasons today. He wasn't out there eating grabs, but a lot of his single kill self-destructs were very impactful. This one here was 2. He just was able to win fights. He was able to salvage losing situations or short-handed team fights with these self.
When they're talking at halftime about the MVP of the Shock, I think you have to look at Choi and you have to look at Moth on top of, obviously, you know, Violet, Sinatra, Super. You know, their positioning is always so good. Like their ult usage, like Choi keeps so many fights going for the Shock, like just juggling the point back and forth with whether it's Sinatra,
testing,
Super,
healing, diving.
I mean, only 10 deaths on the Diva, 97 limbs, so good kill contribution. You know, the 33 final blows, so actually finishing players off. I mean, just a very good overall game for Choyobin.
Yeah, 9 self-destruct kills is big, because you know, we do see a lot of teams that are able to avoid getting taken down by those pretty comfortably. Very well deserving for our player of the match.